Man, Tiffany Henyard, the people's mayor. Moment of silence, man. The people's mayor. You gotta love her. She had the song and dance. She had the voice, the strange voice, I would say. She had all the things, man. But now she is going into full nuclear meltdown mode, man. She don't know what to do. She does not know what to do. Now, last night, she had her whole meeting and she wanted to appoint her new trustee, and that didn't happen. You know why? Because Christopher Gonzalez and Carmen Carlier, I love that name. It's such a good name. That's the best thing that's come from Tiffany. Carmen Carlier and Mr. Gonzalez did not show up for, I believe, the fifth time. Now she wants to shut down the whole Thornton Township government. Now, she was threatening this, and I didn't really cover it because I didn't think she was actually going to do it. But I guess she has the power to do it. She did that shit. She is playing hardball. She wants all the smoke. She said, oh, you're not going to give me what I want? I'm not going to give nobody what they want. I'm finna cut jobs out like y'all never seen it before. You want to see a fucked up city? You want to see a skeleton town where nobody's making no money and everybody's struggling? Guess what? Let's do this shit. Let's go ahead and see what the headlines are saying real quick, and we're going to talk about it.
Henyard says a shutdown would mean ceasing assistance programs for seniors and after-school programs for children, and potentially laying off more than 100 township workers.
Let's pause it real quick with her little Morgan Freeman moles and shit all up on her face. We love Tiffany. We're not going to shout out Morgan Freeman. Anyway, you're going to have the seniors. You're going to get all of their shit cut out. You're going to get the transportation. I thought you loved the seniors. Isn't Tiffany Henyard, the people's mayor, all about the seniors and the youth? That's not right. She's cutting out the two main things, the youth and the seniors, all at once. Two birds with one stone, just going crazy with that shit. Shot them out the air. I thought you were the spokesperson for these people. But no, nobody's going to eat. Nobody's going to survive. We're laying off everybody. Nobody gets no money. You want to take away this money from me? From me? I'm going to take it away from you. Let's continue.
Hurtful to even mention the potential of layoffs. I don't want that. I want our people to work. It's the holiday season.
The threat of a shutdown comes as a Thornton Township meeting for the fifth time in recent weeks had to be canceled because of a lack of a quorum. The result of trustees Carmen Carlisle and Chris Gonzalez not showing up. Their aim is to block Supervisor Tiffany Henyard from appointing someone to a vacant trustee position who could provide tie-breaking votes.
The misspending of funds. You know, we've been working hard to keep tabs on things like that. So if she gets this a third vote, it's going to go right back to all that other stuff that was going on previously.
With the board unable to conduct business, Henyard says the township can't renew its insurance, and that's forcing the shutdown.
We already spoke to the lawyers, and then we will start making preparations today. So tomorrow will be the first day. Probably one of our buildings will get shut down. The seniors, they utilize the transportation to go to dialysis, to the doctor, to the store, things of that nature.
The township has also had to cancel its annual holiday toy giveaway this weekend.
Man, Morgan Freeman is wilding out, bro. Morgan Freeman's out here doing too much. I just realized she had all the moles. That shit's so funny. The new nickname is Morgan Freeman. Morgan Henyard, if you will. You know what I'm saying? You're specifically, I guess shutting it down just automatically targets the demographic that you want to cater to, but you're specifically sniping down your children, your youth, the toy drives, and now you're sniping down the seniors. Pew, pew, pew. Sniping them down. We're not doing the dialysis program. We're not doing transportation. For all I give a fuck, they could freeze in the winter. 5 days ago, she was saying how she was just huddling people up in the bus. Oh, get warm. Get warm. Come on, we need a vote. Get warm. But now she's seeing that nothing's working for her. She's not going to be able to be on the ballot. She's still in power right now. Her trustees won't show up. She doesn't have power where she is right now. So she said, fuck it. Hit the red button. Let's do this shit. Tiffany, listen. She's a crash dummy for sure. She is a crash dummy. She doesn't think things through. She just acts. She just moves. She axes. That's a new word. You know how she be making new words? She just axes all the time. She just acts on how she feels. Crazy word.
It helps hundreds of families. But Gonzalez says Henyard, who's under FBI scrutiny for her handling of township finances, and those in Dalton, where she's mayor, could renew the insurance without convening a meeting. And it's the insurers who've chosen not to renew the township.
It all comes down to the dysfunction of this administration.
All this comes as Henyard is suing Thornton Township Democrats for their caucus vote earlier this month that left her off the April ballot for township supervisor. Henyard wants a new caucus vote.
So things are falling apart, bro. Now, this is the thing. This is what I saw at first. Okay, this is what I saw the other night. I was like, okay, she's going to shut down the township, whatever. Shut the fuck up, Tiffany. You're not going to shut down the township. She proved me wrong because she shut that shit down. You trying to get into that shit, you're trying to wiggle the key. The key's not moving. You know why? Because we're shut the fuck down. Tiffany's playing hardball, and I think this is not the first of her outlandish moves. She's going to start doing things to shake shit. And if there's anything that she's good at, she can shake stuff around. She's very good at disruption, you know? If anything, even if you go to her past, when she would always interrupt and blow things out of proportion during meetings, when she was once a trustee, she's very good at blowing things out of proportion, and guess what? She's finna overreact. I feel like this is just the start to the things that Tiffany's finna start doing with the remaining power that she has left.
The result of trustees Carmen Carlisle and Chris Gonzalez not showing up. Their aim is to block Supervisor Tiffany Henyard from appointing someone to a vacant trustee position who could provide tie-breaking votes. With the board unable to conduct business, Henyard says the township can't renew its insurance, and that's forcing the shutdown.
Now, what we just saw 2 seconds ago, clearly, the trustees are saying that the insurance can be renewed regardless. The company, the insurance company, does not want to interact with them folk out in Dalton, them black folk out in Dalton. You know what I'm saying? It just make you look bad, bro. They don't pay their bills. The Dalton people, nah. They don't pay their bills. That shit's embarrassing, bro. And you're trying to use that as ammo? You're fuck up. You're going to use that as ammo against the trustees. Now, I will say, the play that the trustees are playing, I don't know if I fully agree with it, big dog. Like, listen, I don't think no one's said anything. No one's really said anything about what the trustees are doing, right? Carlisle, Gonzalez. Listen, I'm not a politician, but I don't think that's the best thing, because at the end of the day, you're doing this whole stalemate situation with each other when people are actually needing services and nothing's moving. So you're going to just not show up for 5 meetings instead of battle her and just have the outcome be the outcome. I don't know. I don't know if that's the best move, and I don't think that gives them any points for doing it. I don't think everybody's saying, oh, you're so noble for not showing up. I don't think people are saying that. I'm not saying that. Maybe after 1, maybe after 2, but this is going to happen until sometime next year. This is going to take a while. This is going to continue to happen. You've clearly showed us this. You guys tell me what you think in the comments. I think both sides are kind of acting like high school girls right now. Kinda, in my opinion. You're both acting like some immature high school brats. Let's come to an agreement. We always talk about Tiffany. Let's figure something out. But maybe they just can't work with her. I don't know their circumstances other than what they're releasing. But let's continue. Let's see what happened today now. This was like 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago. Today. Let's find out what Tiffany was on.
Terrell, good morning. Well, you can see the lights are off behind me. The doors are locked here, and there's a sign on the building right now that says it's closed. For how long? Neither residents nor employees know at this point.
I'm the only one, and I don't even work here, and I'm here.
Tom Olenichuk showed up first thing this morning to hand in important paperwork for an assistance program due Friday, but was met by this sign.
Okay, here I am, and they disappeared now. So now what?
And this is her problem, bro. Day number 1, senior number 1. You know what I'm saying? This is your demographic. How do you turn your back on your demographic? She pulled the nuclear code thinking that it's going to hurt everybody in the township. I think she pulled the move thinking that everybody who works there who's against me is also going to feel the pain. And I have enough money to survive. I'll survive until April. I'll survive until the elections. I'm fine, but they won't. You know what I'm saying? But she's at the same time, she's going to turn every single senior against her, bro. At first, I was thinking she might have a chance as mayor. She might have a chance on Thornton Township as a write-in ballot. You know, fuck it, right? Not doing this. Senior number one. There's going to be a lot more. Listen, one thing about seniors, they want to get their shit dealt with and they want to go back home. They want to deal with what the fuck they doing. You're going to disrupt the whole homeostasis of the fucking village doing this shit. You're going to have a lot of mad people walking around pissed the fuck off. And you know who they're going to blame? Tiffany Henyard, the people's mayor. Psh. Close it down, though, Tiff. Close that shit down. We don't need it. We don't need that shit. We don't need them services. The services that you promote as your entire campaign.
What do you do now?
At our busy season. And I come in and the staff's here. We can't get in the building.
The township assessor and her staff also came to work as usual, uninformed the building would be closed.
The lady, instead of just putting a sign saying that the fucking thing is closed, she wastes ink and she prints colored, full body Tiffany Henyard signs, the people's mayor signs, just to say the fucking building is closed. Look at her. Look at her. You need to rethink your entire life, bro. You need to rethink. You're a caricature of yourself at this point. You're just a character. Like, no one can even take you seriously. You're doing the triangular pose, the deep in thought pose. Really? Really? Ain't nothing deep about any thought that's going on up there. The full color picture just to say this bitch is closed, y'all. You need to see my face to know that. Let's play.
No warning or nothing.
Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard warned of a government shutdown today after a fifth meeting had to be canceled yesterday because 2 board members failed to show up. Their aim, to block Henyard from appointing someone to a vacant trustee position who could provide tie-breaking votes.
Our job is to govern, to provide a way, provide services, and we're not doing that.
Man, okay, listen, I was going to let it go, but I'm not. Them fucking eyebrows are atrocious, atrocious, however you want to say it. They're fucked up. All I could do is look at them eyebrows, bro. Atrocious, bro. Vociferous work, as that one TikToker would say. Wild shit happening on this side of the planet, bro. Look at them eyebrows. Those eyebrows are wild. But anyways, let's just enjoy the eyebrows as the human below them speaks.
Because they're stalling government, gridlocking it, because they can't have their way. Come on, it's not high school.
Unable to conduct business, Henyard says the township can't renew its insurance. A shutdown, she says, means ceasing assistance programs for seniors and after-school programs for children, potentially laying off more than 100 township workers.
Our hesitation is that if there's a person in there that will just say yes to everything, I mean, it will set us back. You know,
Trustee Carmen Carlisle is one of the board members who's been absent from meetings. She says the board has not been part of insurance renewals in recent past and believes insurance could have been decided months ago.
It was used to get us in the building. We'll dangle the insurance over their heads so they can get here so we can get this appointment. But, you know, you can't play with these things. You have to do what's responsible.
Now, Henyard has not returned our calls this morning to confirm what services might be halted today and for how long. All of this comes as Henyard is also suing township Democrats for their caucus vote earlier this month, in which Henyard was left off the April ballot for supervisor.
And shout out ABC, shout out the people who covered this shit because it is outrageous, man. Listen. She's crashing out. It is a meltdown, folks. You thought I was playing. You really thought we're living in the times we're living through the meltdown, okay? This is the fallout. This is the nuclear fallout right now. She's trying everything. It's not going to work. And this is not even the craziest. I told you this last week, and I'm telling you this week. This is not even the craziest level she's going to go. It doesn't matter if I say Tiffany's going to do this or if all the YouTubers around her head and all the news is going to say she is going to crash out. She still will because she can't help herself. This is what you're not understanding. Tiffany Henyard cannot help herself. She must crash the fuck out. This is scenario number one. She shut down the township. Then when she gets backlash about shutting down the township by her core demographic, she's going to crash out some more. And I'm just here to wait for it. I'm just here to wait for it because I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, I told you last week, I'm going to tell you this week, it gets better. But stay tuned, people. I'll see you guys later. I'm out of here.